Empathy without boundaries can lead to self-destruction. Having empathy is not necessarily a bad thing to have because it shows that, there's good people in this world that can understand others' point of view on different perspectives and how they feel on certain situations. Now, when it comes to empathy without boundaries, without, placing boundaries in front of you for the simple fact for you to not get hurt or manipulated, or for people to not drain your energy and have constant narcissists come into your life and really mess over it. Without that, you're leading to self-destruction and feeling that people are playing you and, not valuing you nor respecting you. I've been through this so many times. Like, I literally grew up with having people just playing with me. I grew up with people just playing on my emotions. I grew up with people not respecting me. I grew up with certain people not really seeing me for who I am, because a lot of these people, they was narcissists and they didn't really understand that they were narcissists. There were people that drained people's energies and they didn't understand what they did. They didn't understand the type of person they were, to the reason why I was feeling the way I was feeling. And I would be constantly be drained because I was around these people and I always wanted to people please and always never knew how to say no, because I just felt like being nice was the way to have everybody like me. When you have that over your head, you are losing self-value and self-respect for yourself, and you are giving people who don't really know themselves and narcissists a gateway to manipulate you and to play you and to drain your energy and make you feel worthless. So when people are constantly displaying their emotions on you, and if they're not trying to make change, or if they're not trying to search for a solution to their problem, I'm gonna tell you guys, do not waste your time on trying to engrave the solution to their problem, because most of the time they're looking to be heard and they're looking for sympathy rather looking for a solution to their problem so they can get better and not feel this way again. So I had a lot of people, even in relationships, where they would even lie to me just to get that sense of, like, people are demons. Like, they would lie to me just to get that little bit of empathy for me to feel bad for them, so they can manipulate me at the end. And it is so scary. Like, when I came to the point where I healed myself and I had a little bit more of emotional intelligence, I saw right through that. So if people are trying to, manipulate you and make you feel bad about you not accepting about how they feel, cut them off. If people are using you and you're just playing the nice guy because you don't know how to say no, have self-respect. Learn how to say no. Look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what is the root cause to why I'm like this? Why do I people please? And it always stemmed from childhood, trauma, the reason why people pleasing come into place. So, like I said, just learn how to place boundaries within your empathy. Like, if you know this friend is not good for you, if you know that this person is using you just because your energy and you feel so like exhausted and tired and you're in a conversation and you're yawning, that's one sign, because your body will always tell you about a situation. So if you're like yawning, consistently yawning, and you're like dissociating, you already placed, your sense of advice, and they just looked over it and they continued to play about the same problem. Learn how to distance yourself from these people, because first of all, you're not supposed to be around these people in the first place, because you are a good kindred spirit to the point where you can have empathy, you can have feelings for other people's perspectives and their situations, which is so good, because like I said, there's not a lot of people that are like that. So therefore, if there's not a lot of people like that, you don't want to have these people draining the life out of you, draining the sense of empathy that you have. You want to keep that spirit, you want to keep that type of spirit within you, because that can help the world, that can really help people in situations. So try not to give to people that don't deserve your empathy. Therefore, don't let people drain you. Okay, I'm gonna just tell y'all a story. So this is how I knew, like, one time where this person was being manipulating is when I was like in a relationship, and they would constantly tell me about what happened in a family, and you know, something like tragically happened when I'm about to break up with this person. And you know, I'm like, oh, you know, and I used to fall for it. And I used to like, oh, you know, I have sympathy for it, and I'll be like, you know, yeah, dang, you know. And like another time, like, oh my God, I have so many stories. It's another way where people use their manipulating tactics to try to reel you in and to make you stay. They, like, I know this is bad, I know this is harsh, but this is the advice. If you're in a relationship and you're trying to leave and this person is just saying they're gonna themselves, you have nothing to do with that. Get them help, send them help, tell a family member, and go about your day, because that's not your issue. That's not your problem. And I used to constantly fall for that, y'all. I used to fall for that so much. Oh my God. And it's like, and then after that, nothing would change. They will continue to manipulate me. I'll continue to have to overly explain myself overly and overly again. That is an example to how a person can manipulate you. They pull onto your empathy, they pull onto your energy, and they will make you feel bad about a certain situation so you can continue to use your energy and just stay. Because like, our energy as empaths, we are a fresh air. We are a fresh breath of air. So you're going to attract, if you're empath, you're going to attract a lot of narcissistic people. So it's important to, you know, read their character, literally listen to their stories, listen to the details, and try to understand, is this person, you know, really what they say they are, and hopefully they won't manipulate you in the long run. Because I used to also have this friend that used to vent, and I would give this person, you know, solutions, and then next day, or next month, or next week, vent about the same thing, and they're just draining, bro. Like, I would constantly tell them the same advice, give them advice, and they would cut me off, and then they'll just deflect their depression, and I'm like, okay, here's, you know. And I understand some people just want to be heard, but if you're constantly, if you're giving a person advice about a situation to how to fix themselves, and they go back and they do the same thing again, no, you're draining. You're draining yourself. You're literally draining yourself. I used to also have this friend where they would just use my money. Y'all, it got crazy. I learned so much. So have boundaries if you're an empath, because we are people who attract everybody, anybody. We're people who attract all different types of people, and you don't know what type of spirit lies within that person. So be cautious with your energy. Be cautious about who you talk to and who you give your advice to, because you could literally be draining your own self at the end of the day. And keep distance from people who just don't even seem right. If your body is reacting like you're slouched, you're tired, you're trying to find an exit, you're dissociating, you're thinking about something else, you're not engaged whatsoever, your body is telling you, hey, no. So learn when it's time to give advice. Learn when to hear. But it's not best for you to always, you know, have these people in your life who drain you, because like I said, they can manipulate you in the long run. So have your boundaries up, have your walls up, and learn to self-respect yourself. Learn how to say no as well. Don't people please, because I feel like in my case, empathetic people comes with people pleasing, and I used to, like, you know, say yes to everybody, and then boom, I get disrespected. They say something fly out the mouth, and I'm like, it takes a lot for me to get mad. So, you know, I just like, that's weird, you know, and I just go about it because it's like, it won't make me mad. But it be times where I attract people, like even my workspace. I stood up for myself, guys. It was even my workplace, somebody said something fly out the mouth, and I checked them, and I checked them secretly. And I was like, hey, you know, you don't be saying that. And I said some slick shit. So, you know, stand up for yourself so you won't get disrespected. You're literally, let me tell you this again, you're literally a scent in the spirit realm for narcissists and manipulating people to literally gravitate to you because they can sense your kindness, they can sense your energy without a barrier. Okay, so that's just something to keep in mind for people who are just overly nice, because that was something I had to learn, and I'm glad I learned that quick. So sorry my camera cut out. Do a little bit inner working, a little bit more inner working. Build your emotional intelligence. Look up emotional intelligence. Look up empath. Look up narcissist. Look up all these terms that these therapeutic scientists, I don't know. But look up these terms. Look up on TikTok. Look how the symptoms of these people and characters, and see how these symptoms display the people that's in your life to understand them more. And then boom, you're like building a little bit more, knowledge about these people, so you won't get played, because I had to learn the hard way. It takes a lot for me to get mad, but when I get mad, oh, okay. When I get mad, just saying.